Hi, boys and girls. Happy Wednesday. Usually on Wednesdays in class, we do would you rather writing. And when you come in the morning, would you rather question is up on the board and you get out your journals and begin writing. Well, since we're not together in class today, I thought that we would do it together through the computer. So your would you rather question for today is, would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? Think about that. Think about your two choices. Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? Think about what would be good about flying and what would be bad about flying. And think about what would be good about being invisible and what would be bad about being invisible. Have you decided which one you'd like to do? I chose which one I would like to do, and I'm going to share with you in just a minute. But I want you to think about our frog that we used to do. Remember when we used to say ribbit, 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 and I'd put the frog up on the board and we'd say reasons, 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 or details, details, details. You have to be able to support your answer with details. You can't just say your answer without telling me why you would want something or why you have to do something. So I am going to switch my screen so I can show you what I chose. So I hope that you came up with your answer to my question. Would you rather fly or be invisible? Before I start, I want to remind you about our hamburger writing. Do you remember how to write like a hamburger style? Remember, every good paragraph always starts with an opening, which is like our hamburger bun. It's what goes on top. Sometimes I do this and this. Remember me doing that? We always start with a hamburger bun, which is our opening on top. Then we list our details in the middle, which are like our hamburger and our ketchup and our mustard and our lettuce and our pickle and our onion and our mayonnaise and your relish. Anything that you put on your hamburger would go in the middle. Those are your details. Those are the reasons why you choose something or why you would like to do something or why something is good or why something is bad. Those are your reasons. Those are your details, your ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Details, 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 reasons, reasons, reasons. Those go in the middle. And then at the end, you always have to have that bottom hamburger bun or your hamburger falls apart. So at the end, you always have to have a closing. So an opening, your details in the middle, and Miss Farthing's rule is always that you have at least 3 details. When you get into second grade and third grade and fourth grade, you'll probably have to write more than 3 details. So I want you to really get in the habit of writing at least 3 every time you write now. And then a closing at the end. So let's look at our question one more time. Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? So I wrote my paragraph, and I'm just going to very quickly read it with you so you can see how I wrote. I used my very best teacher writing, and I used my brain, and I came up with the best details that I could. Okay, are we ready? I start at the beginning. I've underlined my sentences so that you can see which is my opening, what my details are, and what my closing is. So I want you to follow along. Ready? If I had to pick a power, I would choose to be able to fly. That's my opening. I told you exactly what it was that was the answer to my question. The question was if I would rather be able to fly or be invisible. I chose to fly, and I told you that right in the very beginning in my opening. Now I'm going to start with my details. If I could fly, I would be able to get places faster and wouldn't have to be in traffic. So that's my first detail, why I would like to be able to fly. Now on your paper, you don't have to underline and number them, but I underlined mine so that you could see. I put a number 1, that's my first detail. Now let's look at my second detail. If I could fly, I could also see things from high up, which I have never gotten to experience before. So that's my second detail. My first detail was that I'd be able to get faster and get places faster and wouldn't have to be in traffic. My second detail was that I could see things from really high up. I've never got to see things from high up looking down. That's my second detail. Now let's read my third detail. And remember, when you're writing, a good writer does not start a new line for every sentence. A great writer, as soon as they put that period down, they do a finger space and they start their next sentence. You do not have to go to the next line to start your next sentence. See how I did here? Okay, let's see my third detail. I wouldn't like to be invisible because I would be afraid people would sit on me. That might be scary. If you were invisible, someone could sit right here in this seat and I'd already be sitting here. And then my fourth detail, I added a fourth one because I could come up with another one. If I could fly, I would also like to put my friends and family on my back when I fly so they could see things too. So my fourth detail is that if I could fly, I want my friends and my family to be able to ride on my shoulders as we're flying so that they can experience it too. And then I have my closing at the very end, which I underlined in my brown again to match my opening. I like having feet, but being able to fly would be neat too. So I started out with my opening. I told you what my choice was. I gave you my details. I gave you 4. Remember, I only request that you do 3, but I gave you my details. I underlined them in different colors so that you could see them, but you do not have to underline and number yours. There's 1, 2, 3 details, and then my 4th detail is on the back. And then I ended it with my bottom hamburger bun with my closing. So I hope that you will join me, and I hope that you will write your very own response to my question. Would you rather be able to fly or be invisible? That's a tough choice, isn't it? I hope that you'll think about it and write your own response. And if you write your own response, I hope that you'll then send me a picture of it. Have a great afternoon, boys and girls. I miss you.